He's coming in way too fast nowadays.
Well, I didn't have a song ready this week anyway, so I was just like,
I don't even know what the song is 99% of the time until you tell me afterwards.
Yeah, but it's fun.
It's very hard to determine what a song is in pews.
Like halfway through the intro, I was like, oh, I don't have a song, and I couldn't think of one.
That's when you just make up one.
Well, I mean, I almost went with...
First song on the top of your head, now go.
Well, it's Still Fly by the Big Timers.
Fuck.
I almost went with that because I listened to it yesterday, but I was like, I'm just going to get that one.
I was going to say Going Bad by Meek Mill and Drake.
I also almost went with the Humpty Dance.
Do the hump.
But I was like, nobody's going to know the Humpty Dance on
pew, 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 pew.
I actually know all the words to that song.
Robert, song right now that comes to your mind. What is it?
Sawed-Off Shotgun.
Okay. Glorious Sons.
Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't know that song. That sounds super aggressive for Robert.
Well, it's called SOS, but it stands for Sawed Off Shotgun. And it is about realizing that you've all of your other outlets are gone now, and you've just had to buy a sawed-off shotgun, and you're going to have to rob somebody now because that's how you're going to have to make ends meet.
I like it.
It's a band called the Glorious Sons. It's probably my favorite song that 945 The Buzz is playing right now. A little fun fact about Alex for you right now. Although if you listen to me 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Sundays, you might hear that that's my favorite song.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a little Sunday evening shift now on the Buzz too. If you guys want to check that out, when you're not listening to Pass the Gravy or the Rod Ryan Show or Pass the Gravy, bro. I've gotten a couple of mentions this week about Pass the Gravy on the podcast. Robert was a contributor to the Rod Ryan Show this week, and that allows me to kind of shoehorn in. He is we also call him Bobby Jokes, and I believe he is the producer for the world famous Pass the Gravy podcast. You just shoehorn that way in there.
Don't mention that I'm on it, you know.
Well, I mean, we talk about you.
No, I'm saying you. You're just like, I'm not going to mention that I'm on there, too.
Right, yeah. But then, like, it's like, oh, I'm a huge fan of his podcast.
It's self-promotion without promoting yourself.
Well, because then you seem like you're being an asshole.
Oh, of course. No, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You're doing it perfectly.
Right. And then you're just like, you guys have heard, you got to check out Robert's podcast. It's great. I started doing that at appearances I have, where, like, we have, like, all these prizes on the table, and I'll just bring some PTG stickers and throw it out there. And they're like, what's the Pass the Gravy podcast? I'm like, oh, dude, it's like one of the best local podcasts in the game. And then one of the girls who was working with me one time was like, it's actually his podcast. Like, you don't say that.
God damn it, Becky. Shut the fuck up.
Don't say that, Sarah. They're supposed to think it's just me promoting some other podcast.
Is her name actually Sarah?
Yeah, it was Sarah.
Well, you should have just said Becky. Like I said, you don't blow people's spot up.
Becky
like
has
that.
the good hair. It was Becky with the good hair. You're right. We'll cut that. Robert, cut that part. Okay. So yeah, this is where you've been, guys. This is where we talk to you guys about where we've been since we were last on the podcast.
Since we were here.
Where you been? 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 Where you gone? Where you gone? Since you been? Where you been? Where you been? Where you been?
So where have you been?
Well, I've had quite a busy little week since we last did the podcast. Starting like Thursday, I was talking to you guys about doing the Rod Ryan Mile of Meat. And that's where I was out on the street with 18 other fellas that were all single men. I was obviously not single, but then they were trying to just, they had numbers on their shirts. They had signs that they were holding, and then the city just drove by.
They're just trying to get their finger on the puss.
And they would call in. No, don't say that. They were not trying to do that. I mean, maybe, but
they were.
Eventually, with consent.
Yeah, end game.
With consent.
That's their end game.
Obviously, but obviously it would be all consensual. So,
of course.
They were standing on the side of the road, and you'd drive by, and if you were an interested lady, you'd be like, oh, hey, let me call the Buzz, and be like, hey, I like number 7, whatever, and then we'd set them up on a date, and then that night, we went out to Cactus Cove, the bar, and had our little get-together. We had some games. We had some meetups. It was pretty cool. And, some worked out. Some didn't necessarily work out. Some had second dates. They've already hit us up about like, oh, this went well. We had our second date this weekend. It was pretty fun. And the Mile of Meat is always like a top 2 or 3 broadcast for me every single year. And it lived up to it. And it was actually like the most successful Mile of Meat, I feel like, with maybe not necessarily like hookups and like relationships, but like, no drama. There was nobody that was being an asshole.
Not a lot of no-shows this year?
We only had 2. So
okay.
That was good. And it was just, there were the 2 dudes that didn't show. So that was...
Oh, so it wasn't any no-show ladies this year?
Got cold feet, the fellas did. But anyways, it was pretty fun. And the only problem was I didn't eat a lot that day, and I drank. And so then the next day, I went to work on Friday, and I was really hungover. And it was kind of just like... I'm gonna limp through this day. And we had Ric Flair's daughter was in the studio that morning,
Nice.
and I had to leave to go throw up because I was hungover. In between breaks, I was throwing up.
See, that's when you need to look at Rod and be like, listen, Rod, there's two ways this can go. Either I can be hungover and throw up during, or just let me keep drinking during the show so I can stave the hangover.
When you have a guest, then it's
off.
like it's problematic.
Well, no, you just you put it in a Sonic cup like we're in high school.
That's
so
true.
they don't know you're drinking.
Yeah.
But that way it stops you.
What if they could smell it?
Well, stand back.
Yeah, I guess.
No, then definitely have it in a Sonic drink and just pop the mint at the same time.
Okay. That's a good little life hack for you. We'll learn life hacks on the fly.
Little known fact, Sonic only has mints in their bags so that 16-year-olds parents don't know they smell like alcohol.
That's probably it.
That's 100% what it is.
Dude, you want me to put Sonic? I got a little bit of vodka I stole from my parents. We could get some slushies, pour it in there. We're all good to go.
Yep.
So I told you I was hanging out with some wrestlers. I hung out with Charlotte Flair. She was in studio with the Rod Ryan Show on Friday morning. She was pretty cool.
Did she woo?
She did woo. She
Okay.
did woo. That was awesome. And then Sunday. Now, I'm not a big wrestling guy, so I don't know a lot about all of these people, but Becky Lynch is apparently like a very big name in the wrestling community.
Women's champ, I believe.
Something like that. She's suspended. She's Irish, so I was like, she's the female Conor McGregor. Apparently, that's not accurate.
No, it's 100% accurate.
According to a lot of people. But I had a gig with her, and it was come hang out with Alex and also Becky Lynch, but it was mostly just come hang out with Becky Lynch at Cricket Wireless. And there was a line around the goddamn store, dude. It was absolutely nuts. The first guy that got in line, because when I got there, I was like, how long have you been waiting? He's like, I got here at 6 o'clock last night. And it was at 10 a.m. in the morning was when the meet and greet was there. So he was there for hours. There were people that showed up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, 6 a.m. for something that started at 10, and it was crazy. There were people fucking love Becky Lynch. She was super cool in the like 2 minutes I got to hang out with her. But I was trying, like, I saw so many people in line, and I was like, this obviously doesn't mean as much to me as it does to you, so I'm gonna try and get the fuck out of here so I'm not like holding up a line of people that wanted to hang out and profess their undying love to her and show how big of a fan they are. And then also what I learned is, have you ever been to like a wrestling event?
No.
So if you go and you sit in the first 5 rows of a pay-per-view event, you get to keep the chair.
What?
They have like collector's chairs, so they'll have like the event.
Is that an actual thing or just
No, it really
wrestling fans
is.
steal
It really is
chairs?
because I kept seeing people with like all of these like fancy like just steel chairs that they had, and like it had like the leather on like where you sit had like pictures of like people that looked like a matchup, and then it had like WWE Saturday Slam or whatever the like WrestleMania and all like where it was, the arena it was in, and all that. And they were like, yeah, if you're in the first 5 rows, you get to keep the chair. Like, that's fucking tight.
I still don't think that. I think it's just when you have a bunch of drunk wrestling fans leaving an event of people kicking the shit out of each other
just
with
take 'em?
chairs, and they're carrying chairs on the way out. No security guard in the world is gonna be like, you can't do that.
It does seem problematic that a lot of guys would be walking around with chairs afterwards, like in streets and stuff like that. Like, I can see that going badly, but it's a big deal. And it was cool just seeing all those people that were out there, and then they had to like cut people off in line at a certain point, being like, hey, we're only going to be able to do pictures, no autographs now. And then they had to just tell people like, sorry, you're not going to be able to see her. And that was pretty crazy.
It's gotta be devastating for those dudes.
But then, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, apparently they exchanged blows at, I believe it was the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view event that was going on here in H-Town on Sunday at the Toyota Center. I didn't watch it, but I heard about it. Although, just wanted to give a quick shout-out to our buddy Raymundo Benavidez. We call him Gumby on the Rod Ryan Show, but he's our boy Mundo, and he made a Pass the Grade podcast sign that he took out to the Elimination Chamber.
Wasn't he in first 5?
He was, yeah, and he got that.
Love that
I
man.
got quite a few emails saying, "Hey, I saw a Pass the Gravy sign at Elimination Chamber." Like, fuck yeah, we made it. So I got.
We might have to retroactively buy that event and watch it now.
We might. We should just to look for our sign. There it is. There it is again.
Fast forwarding through the fights. Oh, they're entering. We can see it. We can see it on the entrance ramp.
Right, and that was pretty cool. Also, hey, Emma just got here. Emma, come here.
Hi, Emma.
Come over here. Emma got, if I guess we're not in Comeback Kid, but Emma is, shout out to Emma. She's in Houston Voyage magazine.
Yeah.
She got featured. Little M air fresheners, making a name for themselves. So way to go, Ems. Proud of you. They did a whole little feature on her. So obviously we have the best brands sponsoring this podcast. Of
course.
Because they're getting noticed locally here.
Well, we wouldn't support any brands that weren't the best.
That's very true. That's very true. And we always tell you they're the best damn air fresheners you can get. Obviously, Houston Voyage magazine notices that, and that's why they're covering it, because they probably heard us talking about it, or they smelled how good those air fresheners are, or some combination of both. I'd like to try and factor myself in there anyways, but I mean, I'm just going to take partial credit. I don't care. Then I slept a bunch this weekend. That was
Always
also
great.
nice. I got to catch up on some sleep. I probably had like 15 hours of sleep total during the week last week. Definitely doubled that. It felt like over the weekend. It was nice. Just like dozing off in the middle of the afternoon. It was fan-fucking-tastic getting to catch up on some sleep. But where have you been, buddy?
I'll piggyback. I took an hour and a half nap yesterday for no reason.
Nice.
But other than it was great. Like, it was already dark when I woke up, and I was like, ugh, that might not.
What time is it?
Well, I mean, it was only like 7:30, but you know. But okay, so yeah, Thursday, my dad came in town, so we had dinner at his buddy's house, and obviously great. The guy, like, he's a chef, used to own restaurants. If anybody knows the Cattle Guard in Houston, he owned that for years or whatever. This is an old restaurant; it's not around anymore. But then Friday, I was out drinking with my buddies, and I got a call from my dad going, "Hey, I left my sleep apnea cord, the power cord for the machine, so I need you to drive up to Austin tomorrow." And I'm sitting there like, all right, well,
that's a chore.
It's not like I can go home right now because I didn't drive, and this night is not nearly over, so I'll do it, but let's see what time I wake up tomorrow.
It'll get there eventually.
Yeah, so I was drinking. I ended up meeting up with Danny G from the Weekly D podcast. I met my doppelganger, who was one of his buddies, out at the bar.
Dude, that was pretty crazy. You guys did look exactly
Yeah, check it out on Twitter if you haven't seen. He's basically me, but taller. Like, it's pretty fucking close.
Y'all both had the Weekly D hats on, too.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Total coincidence. But then I did still wake up at like 9:30 Saturday morning, which is pretty good for me. And, got on there, drove up there, got on the road. Met my dad, ended up meeting up with my couple of my buddies up in Austin after. We went bowling, which, God, I forgot how much I love it. It's so much fun.
Bowling is pretty tight.
We only bowled 2 games, but it was a good time. And then the rest of the night, we just spent drinking at his house and watching both Firefest documentaries because one of the guys hadn't seen either. And then we watched Abducted in Plain Sight.
Dude,
what the fuck?
Dude, I feel like I talked about it last week, and it was just like the whole time you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, see, that was the thing online.
Fuck?
Everyone says online, like, when you watch it, you're just going to say what the fuck over and over.
That's all you do.
And see, I wasn't actually saying what the fuck. I think I said it like once or twice, but most of the time.
I just kept saying what the fuck.
As I'm looking at the screen, I just keep going, Jesus fucking Christ. Just over and over. It doesn't have to be the exact words, what the fuck, but it's the basic sentiment that's being put at the screen over and over where you're like, you failed your daughter
multiple times.
So many times.
Multiple times.
Like, you cucked yourself, your wife cucked you.
Then your daughter cucked both of you.
Yeah. That guy fucked almost everyone in that family.
Yeah, literally, though. Like, Robert, have you seen Abducted in Plain Sight? No. Okay, so what I really wish we could see is like a reaction video to just Robert's facial expressions. We don't have to have sound on it. Just while Robert is watching,
lets out a what the fuck.
While he's just watching Abducted in Plain Sight, just to see like, no,
just what an evil fucking person.
No, what the fuck, no, what the fudge was probably what Robert would say.
You know who's not getting enough fucking heat from this documentary? The Mormon Church. Like, they were counseling
I think
this
they
dude.
get enough heat already as it is.
They don't, because they're such nice people, so they never get in trouble for it. You're thinking of Scientologists.
You're right.
Mormon Church, though, they were counseling this guy, and the brother the whole time was like, yeah, we always knew he liked young girls.
Dude was
but, like,
a perv.
What are you going to do? He could sell some cars. But the Mormon Church is like, we're counseling him on his problems with them. Like, oh, so you're the church, and he likes fucking young girls around town, and you're just like, stop.
I don't know what it is with churches and people that are part of churches fucking young children, but that seems to just be a recurring thing, regardless of religion, everywhere a little bit. Like, hey guys, let's fucking keep an eye on that shit, you know?
Yeah.
Let's fucking watch that.
But
we don't do that. We don't do that here.
So yeah, that's what. Oh, and my dad, just for driving up, we were gonna have lunch, but I got a little late on the road, and he had to get back for some business, so he just bought me a handle of whiskey instead.
There you go.
That was a good trade, Dad.
That's a very good trade.
Very good trade. cracked into it a little bit last night because I finished the other one I had at home. So
I like that.
it was a nice little weekend. I was gonna see some buddies that came in town to Houston, but then I had to do that, and I was like, I'll just see some buddies in Austin.
There you go.
Get a little bowling, a little drinking.
It's a relocated buddy hang.
Little docking. No. Anyone who knows what docking is, we didn't do that. We didn't do that. They weren't into it.
They weren't as into the docking as I was.
Where have you been, Bobby?
So I've been wondering what exactly it means to be sick. And basically, this led me to believe that the people...
I don't even know where you're going with.
This led me to believe or conclude that the people on the Titanic actually died of seasickness.
What the fuck?
Okay. All right. I'm listening.
Right? Because there's such a thing as seasickness.
Right. And hypothermia is also a thing. You could argue hypothermia is a type of sickness. If you are in very cold water in the sea, then you are therefore seasick, are you not?
Exactly. Basically my train of thought.
And you just,
I want to say no because I want to argue because it's
in that
not,
logic.
but goddamn, it's such a good thought that I can't disagree with it. I mean, technically they didn't die of hypothermia. I think most of them died of drowning.
But
seasickness.
They might have had.
I mean, you can drown in a bathtub though.
But you could. What if you drown while you're seasick?
But if you have allergies or something, you can't breathe, or if you have a cold, you can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
So that sickness causes that not breathing.
And I would argue
seasickness causes the not breathing.
It's the seawater filling your lungs.
All right. Well, then hear me out in this.
No, I'm with you. I'm just.
I would argue that at least 99.9% of people's lungs are allergic to breathing in water. So therefore, if your lungs are having an allergic reaction to water, then you are sick, right?
It's not an allergic reaction.
I can just hear
though.
people turning this podcast
it's
off
not
right
an
now.
allergic reaction though. I'm trying to shit on this an answer. I love the question. I want to agree, but my brain keeps going, well, that's wrong. Yes, they died of seasickness. They were sick of fucking drowning in the sea. That's what they died of.
I've also been deleting a bunch of phone numbers on my phone.
Ooh, is that fun?
Yeah, it was actually. I've had I think I deleted 30 or so.
Is it just people you from high school and stuff? You're like, I have never spoken to you since high school. I don't even remember why I have your number.
Yeah, I did that thing that you hate. I sent a group text to everyone else that stayed and said, hey, you stayed.
You made the cut.
You made the
Jesus
cut.
You made the cut.
Robert.
Consider yourself one of the lucky ones.
I hope 3 people deleted you after that.
Also, you guys didn't make the cut. You guys didn't get my text message.
Fuck.
This is the first time you're finding out about it.
No wonder he hasn't been texting us now.
It's a good. I didn't even think about that when he said that.
I did text him earlier this week, and it just said, new phone, who dis?
You know, that makes sense because I sent him a dick pic the other day because I was like, dude, is it looking weird? And he never replied. And I'm just like, should I get this checked out? It was one of those things. It wasn't sexual.
Right. Robert's basically a doctor. He's studying medicine right now.
He's my PTGMD.
Yeah. PTGMD. He's a licensed Wikipediatrician as well.
And he didn't reply. And I was like, wow, bro, not chill.
Yeah. Dude, I'm really worried about this. What's going on with that?
Turns out it was a piece of Cheeto. That's all it was.
You get those mixed up sometimes.
I got drunk and I fell asleep eating some Cheetos and I woke up with a little bit of an orange
Cheeto
dick,
if you know what I'm saying. All right, where are we going now? We just did Where You Been. We go Comeback Kid, I guess?
Comeback Kid.
We go Comeback Kid.
It's the Comeback Kid.
The Comeback Kid.
Dude, we could just sing it every week.
We could, but why not let the lady let's do it.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
Boom. All right. Bernie Sanders is our first Comeback Kid. You gonna do it?
He's coming back. I was too excited. I can't do it.
I know.
I'm laughing.
I was like, I'm not gonna even try. And then I saw your eyes just light up the second I said it.
We're going to take your taxes and we're going to give them to other people. And then everybody's going to have the same.
That's not really I can tell you're trying to do a Bernie, but it doesn't sound like
I'm also laughing so hard I can't. See, I can never really do a good one anyway. It's just every so often I hit that right groove where it does happen
occasionally
for 4 words at a time.
But then you just lose it.
Yeah.
Then you just lose it. But yeah, Bernie Sanders is back.
It's more of a visual thing anyway.
Right.
It's like Nixon. You gotta the shoulders come up and the head comes down and the hands go up in the air. It's very visual. The voice just doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, right. I get you. So Bernie announced that he was going to be running for president again, in 2020.
Yep.
And tight.
He raised $6 million in the first 24 hours, and people weren't happy.
I want to run for president just to raise money. Like, what if you ran for president and then we're like, actually, psych, and then you just kept the money?
You can't do that.
Shit. Well, there goes my idea.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a pretty good
I'm running under the me party. What's the me party? Well, it's all about,
me.
Metrics of entertainment, or you come up with some bullshit.
Metrics of entertainment for
just,
myself.
It just meant me.
Like TVs, home theaters.
Like Ricky Bobby
sound
when he just got
systems.
me written on his car at the end of the movie.
There's a cougar in
I'm
there.
running for me.
But yeah, I don't really. Bernie Sanders was just all over the news yesterday
Running
because he was a comeback kid. So I was like, we're gonna throw him in there.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. There's so many different candidates now.
I just don't fucking care.
Yeah, if you're into politics, it's going to be fun because
There's 97 people running.
and that's the best thing is they all have to shit. Like people get mad at Trump because like he's just shitting on every other person, and then they back him. That's going to happen now.
Oops.
They all are going to have to just destroy each other. Like, your ideas are stupid. They don't make fiscal sense. And then someone's going to be like, well, neither do yours. And then at the end, they're all going to be like, yeah, but we all back this person because they won.
But this guy's cool.
They
need to do just
even
like
though they just destroyed my entire political career of 30 years, they're the person for the job.
They need to just do like what the Joker did to those guys in The Dark Knight and just, break some pool sticks, throw them in there, and be like, go. Whoever's left standing is our nominee. Let's do it. Like, and then fuck debates.
So
fuck debates.
so it's
Give
just
me
gonna
that. Put it on pay-per-view.
So-
I guarantee you, you're gonna have more pay-per-view buys than you are just the C-SPAN views anyway.
So you want 6 women and an 80-year-old man to fight to the death with pool cues?
Exactly.
I'm in.
I 100% want that.
I mean,
And then ideally, we'd find some way to have an alligator or snake pit below them, to where maybe you just get shanked and then you
make
fall.
them go on Big Brother.
Ooh.
And then the winner of political Big Brother gets the nomination.
I think that's not a bad idea. That's not a
Right?
bad idea. And you get 24/7 surveillance on them, so you know who
get to
they
really
are.
see who they are because they don't have handlers telling them what they can
Right.
and cannot say.
Right.
You get to see their honest thoughts about what they're thinking.
Let's do it.
Dude, that's
There we go. Who would have
that
thought
might be-
our love of Big Brother was going to fix this political spectrum that we're in?
That
right now?
might be the way to.
We
to
just
fix
solved the world's
political
problems.
spectrum. Okay, so that's how you get the final 2, and then America votes.
Yeah. Okay.
So before that, it's just with. Goddamn, then they're still among themselves trying to decide who is the best.
But how awesome would it also be that they're just in the house, but we don't release them until they name the winner. So then they're just they can't really campaign or do anything, but they're just
they can't talk about current topics of what's racist right now because
right.
they're not connected.
Right.
Ooh.
But or do we make them have the debates when they are just uninformed on all of it, and then they're just well, I think this was actually none of that's true.
This
because
would
you don't
actually
have
be
any of the
really good
facts.
though, because if they're all in there and they're not getting the news, they can't rush to judgment on every subject that pops up in the news, and they would actually only get the final results of what happened.
So
then
really,
they could make an informed guess.
We just solved everything. This
Political
is what you
Big
got.
Brother.
And sometimes you guys might have been like, all right, I don't know where these guys are going with these
Like
points.
it's a
But then
shitty
we make
idea,
a point
but
like
is
this, and
actually
you're like,
it's a shitty idea, but also a really good one at the same time.
So we learned that every election should just be decided in some sort of celebrity Big Brother format, but with candidates, and you can die of seasickness.
Yeah, and then we vote at the end.
Right.
You got to get one
We've
winner
learned,
from each
you
side.
have learned a whole lot already, and how we're not even we're only 40 minutes into this podcast, and your brain is I'm sorry if it's exploding with knowledge right
welcome.
now, but that's what we're here for. Also, another comeback kid this week is Girl Scout cookies. Now I got caught on Friday. I got caught up by some Girl Scouts, and I'm not gonna say fuck you. I'm gonna buy some cookies because I'm not an animal. And I was introduced to the lemonades. Those are nice.
Why would you? Okay, you don't need to try new cookies anymore.
Well, I was like, what do
Thin
y'all have
Mints
that's new?
and
they
Samoas,
showed-
that's
I got
all you
the
need.
Thin Mints. Those are wiped out. Samoas, there was a little is that racist to say Samoa now?
What do they call them? Coconut Delights
No,
now?
I
Whatever
know,
the
but
fuck
I'm
they
going to call them Samoas.
Yeah.
But then they have lemonades, and lemonades are dope. Also, this is my annual, I think that the Girl Scouts selling cookies is really just a big pyramid scheme. I think it's all, stay woke on this, and where's that money going? If Girl Scouts were just reusing this money to fund Girl Scout trips, they'd be fucking doing some dope-ass shit.
I think it's just a
they'd be-
Ponzi scheme. Like Bernie Madoff.
Somebody's just making money off of this. Like whoever the CEO of Girl Scouts is, she's just making bank. They, she, he, whoever, they're making money just hand over fist because like they sell millions of dollars worth of cookies a year. They're not taking millions of dollars worth of trips, are they? That doesn't make sense. Where is this money going? I want to see where all of our Girl Scout cookie money is going because it's not all going to support badges for the girls or to just like go on this like nature hike that they're going on. Because a lot of the shit that they do, it's like we went camping. It's like, how much money did you spend camping?
I found an article, but I'm not going to read it.
What is it? Does it show where it goes?
Well, no. Okay, just put the answer in the first two fucking lines of the like. I'm not going to read your 18-page article about Sarah
summary
that fucking sold 130 boxes last year. Like, just when I ask where does the money from Girl Scout cookies go, tell me.
You know then write your article. You know why they don't show you that?
Because I won't read the article.
Also, because they don't have a real answer for it.
That's true, they don't.
Because it just vanishes in somebody's pockets.
The only time I've seen a Girl Scout this year, though, was like 2 weeks ago at night in the restaurant. Some like lady walked in with her daughter like into the fucking restaurant. And like normally,
no soliciting.
Normally I would have been like, you can't really do it, but like immediately like 2 tables like hailed them over, and we were slow anyway, so like I really probably wouldn't have done shit. But they had 2 tables immediately hailed them over, and then they had to go leave to get more boxes to bring back with them, and the little girl sold every fucking box she had between I think 2, maybe a third table got involved. Sold them all.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and like I didn't plan on buying because I was like, if I buy some Thin Mints now, it's over. I don't know how long Girl Scout season lasts. Girl Scout cookie season.
I don't know started.
I don't know how long it lasts.
Cookie season.
But if I get some Thin Mints now, I'm getting them every fucking time I pass them.
And the Thin Mints they don't last. Because I was done with both of my boxes of cookies that day.
No, you get your Thin Mints, you throw them in the fridge. Inevitably, like 20 minutes later, you go and snack on some of them. And a box of Thin Mints never lasts more than 2 days.
Thin Mints are gross.
I will fucking assault you with my fist.
That combination does not belong together.
What is wrong? So you're mint chocolate chip is gross too.
He's that guy.
Mint chocolate chip is gross.
No, it's not. Mint chocolate chip's dope.
Jesus, like Robert.
You have fresh breath and you get to have some delicious ice cream. I'm a huge fan.
What about mint and chocolate does not mix for you?
York peppermint patties, delicious.
Why would you want this combination?
Junior mints,
fantastic.
No.
You know what, Robert? Just sometimes you just say things. You just say things sometimes, and it's just like, what the fuck, man? Like, I like you, and then you say things, and it's like I question why we're friends.
Why would you think that peanut butter and jelly, so very different things, would go well together? I don't know, but they fucking do.
I don't think those belong together.
Oh my! So you just proved you're wrong.
See what he's doing now?
The most universal sandwich in the history of fucking mankind, and you're like, gross.
He's like, I just like bread on bread. Stick to the bread.
Yep, Robert, you're just wrong.
And now I'm just mad.
Like,
I derailed everything.
Angry. Like I want to yell at Robert and like fight him, but like I can't do either.
The peanut butter patties are my favorite.
Those are pretty good.
What do you think about the coconut delights, the
Samoas?
I'm not a fan of coconut.
Shit. Like it's Thin Mint and Samoas 1-2, right? Universally, it's Thin Mint then Samoas.
Yeah.
Okay, and Robert just like hates them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we don't know if he's working with ISIS yet or not, but we're gonna have to do some digging now because I'm suspicious.
Well, if he leaves, he ain't getting back in the country. We know that now.
It's only if you're in the UK though. Only if you're in the UK, right?
Nope. There's an Alabama woman too who joined ISIS that's trying to come back.
Hell, good.
And we're like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
All right. Girl Scout cookies and Robert hating every popular opinion ever. That's back. Another comeback kid is baseball free agency now. Like, whoa, Alex, baseball free agency's been going on since like the end of the shut up now. It's like,
but
real
there's really
baseball
only
free
2 that
agency.
mattered
Because obviously we know that like free agency really starts in spring training.
Not really, but like
the Red Sox signed.
Traditionally, no, but the last couple of years, yes, because now owners are like, we don't want to pay.
Red Sox signed what's his face right in spring training last year. Used to play for the Astros. Then played for the Tigers. Was really good then.
I don't know why I'm going super blank on this. Robert.
JD Martinez.
Thank you.
They signed him in spring training last year.
See, this is why we need Robert because I drink.
I mean, he may hate every fucking popular flavor of anything.
Yeah, but that's still so frustrating.
But he's good at
so
baseball
bad
knowledge.
with the Astros.
Right, but they were also really bad too. So
No, but
like,
he sucked. Then he went to the
Tigers to make bank.
and they revamped his swing, and it fucking changed everything.
But like that's like he was the big signing. I feel like in spring training last
Yeah,
year.
it was.
And now it's Manny Machado and Bryce Harper. Everybody kind of thought Bryce Harper was going to be the first to sign, so he could set the market, and then Manny would kind of fall into line after that.
No, they were both staring each other down because they both.
But like obviously, like Bryce is the bigger name. Bryce is the guy that's going to
Yes
get more
and
money
no.
because he's not
if
a quitter.
If he had signed first, Manny would have gotten more money.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how these free agency standoffs go.
Well, now Manny Machado has signed with the Padres, showing that he doesn't really fucking care. And
Yeah.
like, okay,
no, you can't say that
are
because
the Padres, are they going to be good? They're not going to be good.
in the next couple of years. Yes, their farm system right now is what the Astros was like 3 or 4 years ago.
But just Manny Machado is going to be a trade deadline deal in the next 2-3 years.
No,
right?
not at all.
I feel like
No.
he will. I feel like
No,
he's going to be
because you don't
a
follow
guy
baseball.
that gets
No,
sold.
the Padres are right on the verge, right there, like the Astros were. They get him. They're going to need 1 or 2 more big free agent deals. But their farm system, they've got so many ridiculously good players right now that are coming up and are just young and they're not ready for the majors yet. But they're right there.
I just don't believe it.
But see,
I
here's the
just don't
problem.
believe
This is how you can tell Manny Machado's stupid, is because he should have signed in a state with no income tax. He fucked
Instead of
himself.
California.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now he's out of that $300 million. He's going to get like $170.
Well, it was between them and like Chicago, right?
The White Sox, and there was a couple other teams in there.
But it was mostly those two.
Yeah,
were
but that's
kinda
the thing.
what it
Like
came
they're
down
like,
to.
well, we want the $300 million. I want the largest contract in American sports history. All right. Well, you could have taken $280 in a state with no
Yeah.
income tax and made way more money.
Just what do you do with that money?
Whatever the fuck you want.
I mean, I know it. It's it's fucking
whatever the
tight,
fuck
and
it is.
it's guaranteed
It's
too, right?
literally, yeah, it's guaranteed. It's literally fuck you money.
Yeah, like if somebody's like, "Hey, here's like 300 mil." I'd
As
be like,
long as you play 10
what?
years, you get 300 mil.
Remember Ilya Kovalchuk?
As long as you don't retire.
signed with the Devils for like a 10-year thing, and the NHL had to veto it, and then he went down to like an 8-year contract and only played 2 years or 3 years on it before he went to Russia and avoided all of that. And then he's back in the NHL, I believe, as well now. So, yeah. And that was a little NHL reference that I'm gonna throw in there to make it seem like I'm
what was it? I think
smart.
I had heard Chicago actually offered him like 8 years.
I think Rick DiPietro also had a 10-year
but
contract.
with incentives, it could have gone up to like the numbers vary between 320 and 350 million. But he wanted that 10-year.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, but that's the thing. Him and this, like when Pujols got his 10-year contract, he was already like 27. I want to say.
That was
Something
his
like that, so
like,
he was like-
I'm just getting paid for later.
Manny's what 24,
I guess
and I think
Machado
Bryce
is too,
Harper's
though.
23. So like giving these guys these contracts now would actually make sense because by the time they're ending this, they're still going to be on the backside of their prime. Like
Right.
you can be 34, and if you're an all-time great slugger,
Ideally,
is
you
what
have
it
these
is.
people in their peak.
You don't love giving $300 million to a guy that during the World Series last year goes, "Yeah, I'm just not really a hustle guy." Like, that's an actual fucking
Sometimes
quote
they
that he
take some
said.
plays off.
So
Machado's 26.
26. Okay, so he'll be 36 by the end of it. He'll be right there towards the end of his career. He's a little bit past his prime at that point, and then Harper's what, 24, 25?
Looking that up right now.
Yeah.
But so like
That's
that.
also 26.
Okay.
Harper's 26 too?
Yep.
Oh, I forgot Manny broke in a couple years after him.
So Harper is like the bigger name, obviously.
He's an all-time power hitter. Like
And
that dude's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
where's he gonna go though? Where's he gonna go? Philadelphia is what it seems like. But then like
Philly-
Philadelphia should have fucking signed him by now. Fuck Philadelphia.
Well,
I fucking hate
I saw a
them.
thing today that he's actually turned down a couple offers already that were over $300 million.
You know what's gonna happen? It's gonna be like a Mark Teixeira thing, and the Yankees are gonna be like, "Fuck it, we'll
Nope,
just take
no,
him. We'll just
no,
take him.
No,
We'll just take him."
no. Shut your mouth.
I bet. Watch.
No.
Watch. Like,
No.
and the Yankees have been saying like, "Fuck this, we're not gonna
No.
do that." Like, that's the most Yankees move ever to be like, "Yeah, we didn't give a shit about Teixeira." Oh wait, he might. It's a Boston and Baltimore bidding war. Well, watch this. Here's a
No.
blank check. Go.
Shut up. No.
Just name your price. We got you. Like that's the most Yankees thing ever. Just like give him an A-Rod contract.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Daddy Steinbrenner's dead now, and Sons don't have the balls to pull those triggers like that.
But they like then they can be like Daddy Steinbrenner if they do this, and then
No,
it'll be
I
like,
saw,
we did it in his honor.
Yeah, there's still.
Because obviously
there's still
everything
5
says that
teams.
they're out of it, but like I bet you the Yankees are the team that could be like, here's a bunch of money, go.
I'm sure. Well, they said there's still 5 teams in on them, so obviously it's gonna be White Sox or one of them. I would assume Red Sox and Yankees, because like if somebody's wanting that much money, you just have to assume those 2 teams on it.
Cubs are in it.
Nationals are still in on it. I think the Cubs are actually out.
Cubs, he has a dog named Wrigley.
Unless they've slid back out of
just-
it.
If his dog is named Wrigley,
and
he's
the
not going to
Phillies,
rule out the
and
Cubs.
a lot is like a lot of people now are saying that he's going to stay in Washington.
Which is what the fuck then, man? Although brilliant move if you're just trying to get out of spring training.
Yeah.
Actually, if you think about it, that's a hell of a life hack. It's like when Michael Strahan just held out of camp that one year and then won a Super Bowl with the Giants. It was like, I don't feel like doing camp. I've done it already. He's like, what if I just take off a month and then sign for a shitload of money? Everybody will think I'm the hero that saved the Washington Nationals. Like, is Strasburg's contract already up? Or did he renewed last year, right? Because Strasburg was
I
the
don't
year
know.
before Harper, wasn't it? Because it was Strasburg, then Harper. They
Yeah.
had the back-to-back picks.
But that doesn't necessarily mean when
Arbitration
their
and
contract
shit like that.
Because
I fucking hate arbitration. I don't know. It's
how
like,
quick
here's
guys come
math.
up.
Here's a lot of math, guys. Figure this shit out. I'm like, I don't know what it means.
Yeah, baseball's not a sport for stupid people. That's
Arbitration is like the supplemental draft and like picks that you have to give up in the NFL. We're like, I don't fucking know. We took a corner, which means that now we just lost a fourth. Like, what? How do we understand? Like, I don't understand it. I mean, I do, but I don't. I could learn it, but I'm not going to because there's not like I don't have to focus that much on it. You know, I'll
so
just bitch
that,
about it instead of learning it.
That basically sums up free agency.
And that is baseball free agency. Another comeback kid this week. It's kind of a double comeback kid. Is the Rodeo. I like to call it the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. I believe is the actual correct pronunciation of it. And then Trail Riders to go with it. So one, fuck Trail Riders. Like, I don't care. They're like, it's a tradition. Yeah, like, that's tight. We also used to go by, like, steamboat to everything, too. Like, we don't need to fucking, like, well, look at these guys. They've been going down the Texas Rodeo Trail on their horses. And it's like, yeah, they're also fucking blocking traffic for a shit ton of people
Not
that
me.
don't really care. I mean, they've never blocked traffic for me because I work early mornings and shit like that. But, like, it's a fucking asshole move to think that, like, oh, me going to my big concert's such a big deal that I can block off a fucking highway. Get the fuck out of here.
You know what's happening?
Just
Play
get a
around
car, man. Get a fucking car like a normal person. It's 2019.
That's not
Catch
tradition.
up with the times. Catch up. You know what else? There's a lot of stuff that, you know, was okay back then that's not okay now. But now we're kind of pointing that out. I think, you know what? Why don't we call out fucking horse riding on a fucking freeway? That's something that we should stop.
I think there's a lot of stuff that was not okay back then
I
that
wish
is
we
okay
could make-
now that
if-
it should be flipped.
If we could find a way to say that horse riding on a freeway is racist, we could get this to stop. And that's what we need to find a way to do. Let's find a way to make a correlation to
All
it.
right. Well, it blocks traffic for minorities trying to get to work.
Boom.
There you go.
Done. That's racist. We have to end
I
it.
mean, it's also everybody getting to work. Well, we'll just not mention that part.
But it's mostly minorities that are feeling the heat of this. I don't know. Maybe. I'm just like I fucking.
I tried
hate
to
it.
go over woke on you to try and think of something like, what are you saying? Only minorities go to work?
It's just a very.
That doesn't make sense.
It's a very fucking selfish fucking thing. Think that you can just stop traffic to ride a horse across it because you have to go to the rodeo. To do what? To do what? Like, are you building the rodeo? They already have it set up, motherfucker. They already have the
Fucking
banners up
Texas,
there. What are
baby.
you doing? Dragging dirt there? No, the dirt's already there. Oh, you're bringing all your bulls? No, they already have those guys in there because they have fucking cattle trailers.
It's fucking
that bring
Texas,
them in
baby.
there.
What
The
are you gonna
bulls
do?
don't come over on horseback. The bulls come over in fucking cattle trailers.
Well, obviously,
on trucks.
horses are too heavy to come over on horseback. You can't put a bull on top of a horse. That's just stupid.
I mean, if you had a couple of horses, have you ever heard of horsepower? Jeez.
Yeah, I still don't think you could get the bull to stay still.
If you got enough horses. You got enough horses, maybe a calm bull to sedate him a little bit.
Oh, so now you're okay with drugging animals?
If there's less traffic because people aren't riding horses
Whoa.
on it. I just trail riders like I'm not, like that's cool. It's a tight tradition. Fucking ride on feeders. Like get off the highway. Get off the highway. Nobody
it
cares.
would murder feeders, though.
That's just you know what? Stay off the fucking roads. Stay off the fucking roads. Stay to your horse path. Take the bike paths.
Take Buffalo Bayou.
Take the bike lanes. We have bike lanes. Use those.
Yeah, because fuck bicyclists anyway.
Stay on the shoulder.
Oh, I'm saving the
A
environment.
horse is like a bike.
It's true. It's a cooler bike.
A horse is really just a bike.
It's a bike that can attack, which means it's a metal bike.
It's a bike that you have to feed occasionally.
More than occasionally.
I mean,
Horses are big old good buddies, and you
that's
will
true.
not disrespect
That's
them.
true.
I don't like the way you're talking about horses on the
It's
highway.
just- I mean, I think it's just
They're good
ridiculous.
boys, and they should get to
It's
go where they
It's
want.
a little ridiculous, but the rodeo is back. Are you gonna go to the rodeo? I mean, I know Cardi B's
No.
there. People are freaking out that Cardi B
unless
is
somebody
there.
just randomly calls me and goes, dude, I've got an extra ticket for filling somebody that I really want to see, which still probably won't happen this year anyway.
Jimmy Johnson's gonna be there. Oh no, that's not a. I was
Jimmy
I'm
Johnson's
trying to make
a
up a
NASCAR
country.
driver. You were close. Jamie Johnson.
Willie Steamboat's gonna be there.
Wheeler Walker Jr.
Yeah, that's one.
That actually is, but he's a comedy one, and he's
You see, like Roger Krieger.
he's filthy.
Roger Krieger was the other guy that did that.
Okay, Roger
right?
Krieger.
Krager.
And no, he's just really good. No, Wheeler Walker Jr. is a comedian that uses Wheeler Walker Jr. as a fake persona, and he sings just absolutely filthy fucking songs in country pose.
Well, that's cool.
Like, he's got one called, I think it's Family Reunion, where he says, I want to butt fuck all your brothers and fuck your mother and give your dad a hand job or whatever the fuck he says. It's crazy shit, but it's hilarious. But yeah, probably not going to go. I haven't been in like 2 or 3 years. Probably not going to go again this year. I think the last time I went to Cook Off, and that was it.
I've never been to Cook Off. I've gotten so many invites to Cook Off, but everything I see about it, it's just
fun.
a drunk fest.
Well, it's fun if you have a bracelet. If you don't have a bracelet, I don't see the fucking point. Like, to get into one of the tents.
Which has like free food and free booze.
Yeah, and you just tip. You just tip the bartenders.
I mean, it's tight. If that's your thing, that's cool. It's like wrestling. Like, that's just not my thing. But like,
if somebody offers you a bracelet, go.
But you know what? Like, wrestling doesn't fucking have horses that ride in for the WrestleMania that block up traffic on the way there. So I'll give wrestling a pass. Fuck you, rodeo.
Well, wrestling isn't about fucking horses. Rodeo is.
Really?
Yes, it's a fucking rodeo.
What about bull riding? Huh? I would say it's more about bull riding than horses.
Then you know what? You're right. We should add bulls to the highway too to slow your bitchin' ass down.
You know what? If you're gonna ride horses, you need to let the bulls just roam. Let the bulls roam and then figure it out.
You herd the bulls.
Herd the bulls or ride the bulls if you're a real man. If you're a real man, you'll be riding the bulls instead of on those pussy little horses.
That's true.
That's what I always say. That's why I always rode bulls on Red Dead Redemption.
No, you didn't.
I mean, that wasn't an option, but if it was, I totally would have.
You'd get bucked.
Yeah, right.
Because you're a beta.
I would have submitted the fuck out of that bull. All right, that was weird. Then our final comeback kid. This will be fun for Pat and me. Notre Dame and The Office because
pew 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 pew. I was just gonna pew in the background.
Pew 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 pew. So they had the Notre Dame basketball team had South Bend turned into Scranton. It was a night dedicated to The Office. They did a bunch of like Office-themed memes, a lot of Office-themed giveaways.
Stanley was there.
Yeah, Leslie, God damn it, I can't remember his name. Stanley Hudson, basically. The guy that played Stanley Hudson was there. They had a crossword puzzle you could do in honor of Stanley. It was cool. And just I'm gonna find a way to shoehorn The Office into anything I can.
Yeah.
And especially
Brian Kelly, the head football coach at Notre Dame, took a picture with Stanley.
That's cool. That's cool.
It was dope.
And then
dope stuff, man. Dope stuff.
Who's cooler, Stan Lee from The Office or Stan Lee?
Stan Lee
Or
Stanley.
Spike Lee.
Okay, Spike Lee is a far third. Stan Lee.
I would say Stan Lee from The Office.
That's because
you're the coolest one.
It's because you're wrong.
I mean, he's a real guy.
Stan Lee was a fucking.
But he's
real
not
guy
alive,
too.
so he's not real
And he
now.
created like all of the fucking superheroes.
But he's not alive, so he can't really do anything right now.
Well, no.
So Stanley.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus isn't alive. Are you saying Jesus can't do anything either?
Jesus is alive in all of us.
Touche.
Check and mate.
This is what you'll love. Brian Kelly, when he took the picture with Stanley, which, by the way, he's got like a weird afro now and he looks fucking crazy. He goes, Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Great to meet you, Leslie.
Wrong cast member?
Well, it doesn't matter. It's The Office.
Jeez,
have you seen the picture now, though?
No.
Like, he fucking looks weird. I don't like it.
Dude, he's looked like that for a while now, man. He does Comic-Cons all the time. He's cool.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that.
Okay, well, now you do. Well, now I guess you do. Also, I guess we don't have another comeback kid, but what's about to be a comeback kid as a segment is going to be mock draft season. Now we have to iron this out.
Woo!
The NFL Combine is next week in Indianapolis. I've already seen some mock drafts rolling out. You know, I've looked at 3 or 4 this week already, alone. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing like, mock draft 3.0, which is like, all right, if you're in your 3rd mock draft, it's mock draft season.
Oh,
right?
it's definitely season.
So like, is mock draft season's back next week, right? We'll do
We'll
do it next week.
Unless we can't find a good topic, then it'll be back the week after.
Or we'll just, that's fair. We'll probably find a good one.
We'll push for next week, but if it's shitty, then
very
we'll push
good
back
chance mock drafts. So we were going to promote it, say it's definitely back. Good chance it's back, if we remember.
Maybe we should just do a mock draft of all the times I got fucking pissed off that people weren't voting for me.
So every time. All of the times.
Which is the funniest time Pat was rejected.
That one time, also that other time. Ooh, and then there was this time.
Then there was the next week, the week after, and the week after, and the week after, and the week after.
The week that they let you finish second only to then just put you back in your place in third the following week.
Did I win one?
You won a Mount Rushmore.
That's what it was.
You
I
did, I
won
think you
one.
got completely shut out in
I'm
mock draft
one
season
for like 20.
last year. But mock draft season will be fun, and that's basically just where you see mock drafts of the NFL. To all of those of you that are new, mock draft season, it's just like if you follow anything with the NFL, it's like, oh, well, here's Mel Kiper's new mock draft. And it's like, dude, this guy's just giving me a mock draft
Todd.
He's giving me a mock draft every fucking week or every fucking day or every
but that's
fucking
literally
hour.
his job.
I mean, I get it, but like, I get sick and tired of mock drafts at a certain point. It's like, why don't we just draft other stuff?
Then don't look.
We'll just draft us. That's why we do mock draft season.
Yeah,
We just
exactly.
draft our own stuff. So then we just come up with a weird topic and then we draft. But it's not a snake draft.
MDC's
What?
mock draft season.
Mock draft season. Tis the season for mock
Oh,
drafting.
even confused you. You're like, what the fuck
Wait,
are you
yeah, I
talking
couldn't understand
about?
what you said though. Okay, so mock draft season is probably coming back next week, but maybe the week after.
I'm
Definitely the week
jacked the
after,
fuck up.
if not next week, but very likely next week. Mock
Ooh,
draft.
mock draft beers.
Ooh, if we can find a beer story, then we're in. All right, let's go along to our next read that we've got here. I'm going to talk to you guys about Little M Shop.
Woo!
The best air fresheners
Hands down.
in the world. Obviously, Voyage at Houston
Actually, you
Magazine.
can keep your hands up because it smells so good. Even if you stink, you're fine.
Hands everywhere because you're going to be smelling great. Yeah, good one. If you've got a smelly car that's got you down, Little M air fresheners not only smell good, they look good too. They're made from paper and scented with essential oils. Those air fresheners are going to freshen up any space that you have. They offer a variety of scents and unique designs like the Out of This World design, the Miami Beach design, the Rad design, the Little
Fresh to death?
Fresh to Death, and Little M. Little M? Little Ice. Little
Man,
Ice.
You're lucky she loves you or she
Little
dropped you.
Ice. No, I'm trying to remember it without looking at it. I can look it up if I wanted to, but I didn't. Yeah.
Probably just do that.
Little Ice is the other most popular scent. They're $2.50 a piece. We got one that says Party On, and it's got like palm trees in the background. They have Smell You Later, Be Cool, Sniff and Tell, and then the Out of This World and Rad ones that I just told you guys about. But like, these are the best air fresheners you can get for $2.50. And like, the best thing about them is that they don't look like those bitch ass little trees that everybody else has in their cars. It's the most legit air fresheners in the world. I actually just added another one to my car, and my car smells fantastic. My other one had been in there for a few months. I threw this other one in there, doubled it up. It smells great, and just $2.50. Why wouldn't you get one of these bad boys? LittleMShop.com, LittleEMShop.com for the best goddamn air fresheners this side of the Mississippi. Actually, on both sides of the Mississippi, if I do say so myself. Also, let me tell you guys about PassTheGravyMerch.com. Get your merch at PassTheGravyMerch.com. You know what's right around the corner? It's St. Patty's Day, gang. St. Patty's Day is right around the corner, and you got to go get your Pass the Gravy St. Patty's Day gear. We got the St. Patty's Day shirt from last year. It says Lucky AF. It's got the PTG logo with a little Irish flag on it. And then, am I going to say it, guys? I'm going to say it. We got a soon-to-be-released second Pass the Gravy St. Patty's Day edition shirt. And it says, this is something we just thought of on our own. It says, I wish I was listening to Pass the Gravy podcast. Got a little clover on it. It's pretty great. And if you want to be festive for St. Patty's Day, this is going to be the shirt for you. You can also get a Pastros shirt because, you know, baseball season's right around the corner and you want to support your local nine. You get the MVP finally James Harden type shirt. Oh, we can't use his name, but he's got a beard and he was the MVP last year for a team in Houston in the NBA. But, you know,
James Beardman.
Right. Very similar to that. It rhymes with Schmames Schmarden. And you can get that, all that stuff at PassTheGravyMerch.com. Ladies, don't forget, all ladies gear is $1 off because we fixed the wage gap because we're great guys like that. You're welcome. No need to thank us, but we'll just say you're welcome anyways. All right, so PassTheGravyMerch.com. You guys just fucking wait until we put out these new St. Patty's Day ones. They are going to be absolute fire. Absolute fire.
Pot of
It'll
gold,
be
Hunter.
the pot of the gold at the end of the rainbow that you guys have been looking for. There we go. All right, PassTheGravyMerch.com. And I will post on all of our socials when we put out the new shirt. Hopefully we'll do that in the next day or so. All right, moving on, we're going to go to Not Cool. Now, Pat, when he showed up, the first thing Pat says, boy, do I have some Not Cools, Alex.
I got a bunch.
I got a whole treasure trove. He used the word treasure trove.
I did.
Treasure trove of not cool. That's a fun word.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a treasure trove? It's a bunch, right?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of treasure. It's where the treasure is the treasure trove.
Wouldn't it be a treasure cove?
Well, if it's in a cove.
A collection or store of valuable or delightful things.
There you go. Or just delightful things.
It's just delightful things.
I've got a treasure trove of Girl Scout cookies.
You know what Little M air fresheners are? It's a real treasure trove. It's just, they're all delights.
It's true.
All of them.
That
Caramel. Ooh, could you call the Girl Scout cookies caramel treasure troves?
No, but you could call them caramel treasure troves.
Caramel?
Because that's the correct pronunciation of
I
the
actually
word.
used caramel. It's the Old English pronunciation.
I'm okay with that.
And by Old English, I mean
As long
people
as
that
it's
are
not
drinking the
caramel.
Old English 40s.
You know why I'm okay with caramel? Because you pronounced every A.
Caramel.
There you go.
Caramel. Caramel.
Caramel.
Carmelo. All right, we're just getting
not Carmelo.
delightful things. Delightful
They're
things.
good, but they were never good enough.
That's true. That's true. Hey, in the Olympics, they're great, though. They got a lot of gold
When
medals.
surrounded by every other great thing in the world.
All right, let's get to our treasure trove of not cools.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool.
All right, since you have a million, why don't you lead us off?
So I believe last week I did say shoes because I think I did. I might not have. How my shoe had started to become separated from the sole. I think I said that last week. I might not have. But yeah. So sometime early last week, my left shoe started separating from the sole. So by the time it got to Friday, all of a sudden, yeah, that bitch started getting floppy. So shoes were my first not cool because that sucked. Now, that led into Gorilla Glue because we had a big tube of Gorilla Glue at work. And I was like, I'll just throw some of that and that'll, just
Rest in peace around that.
at least stick it enough to get through the rest of the day before I go buy some more. So I go to push the Gorilla Glue onto there, but the pressure, it didn't come out the fucking tip. It exploded the back fucking part of the tube of the Gorilla Glue.
Ooh.
So there's just a glob on the ground. So, of course, I just scooped that with a piece of paper and, threw it into the shoe and just pressed my toes down hard. Which still didn't really work that well, but I was just like, what the fuck? And then, one of the women I work with is like, did you just fuck up our whole tube of Gorilla Glue? And I was like, that's what I do.
I have the strength of a gorilla. Is what you
But
should have said.
what I tried to do was after I wiped it all away, I tried to wipe Gorilla Glue on the seam so that it would fucking seal it again.
It makes sense.
You would think it would work.
You would because you can duct tape to fix duct tape, right?
That's true, and Gorilla Glue
it's
is
like
the strongest
duct
glue.
tape of glue.
So, why would Gorilla Glue not seal the outside?
I get it. I mean, the logic is sound.
So, I think we still have the tube, but I'm not
I think
sure.
so. Yeah.
So, yeah, that was not cool. And then, like I had mentioned earlier, my dad left the cord for his sleep apnea machine. So I had to drive up to
So
Austin
sleep
on
apnea
Saturday.
in general,
Yeah,
also
not cool. But
making a return to the not cool
forgetting
segment.
your cord and making me drive 4 hours in 2 days. Even though actually it was pretty cool that I had to drive up there. But
It wasn't that bad.
what was also not cool was when we did go bowling. Then I left the next day and I stopped at Buc-ee's in Buda on the way, or not Buda, in Bastrop on the way home. And thank God I had some cash
It's
on me.
pronounced bass drop.
And I realized as I'm standing there, I go, yeah, I never closed my tab last night at the bowling alley, and my debit card is there. I was like, God damn it.
So you're at a decision-making point right
Yeah,
there.
and right there I'm like,
Because
I need to drive back and get that.
Spin Zone, you could go through the whole process of having to change your card over, but then call or report your debit card stolen, and you need to pay the tab for the night before.
No, I'll always pay my tab.
I've done that.
It was like $25.
I've done that one time.
But I'm sitting there and I'm like, I got to drive back, and then I go, nope. It's like another 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back. Like at that point, I'm like an hour 20 away from home. I was like, yeah, that card's done.
It's just RIP
It's
in
just
peace.
done. It's done. So then I was like, well, you know what? I work all day Monday. I've got cash on me. I'm good. I'll just go Tuesday and
Should
get
have
a
gone
new
Bitcoin
card.
exclusive.
But I was like, I'll go to. Oh, okay. So anyway, then I wake up Monday morning to go to work, and I realized because I had to drive Saturday to go to Fredericksburg,
You out of gas.
I didn't buy new shoes.
Oh. Okay.
So my shoes were still fucked up. So I had to wear. Thank God I only had to be in there shortly Monday morning just to do a couple things because it was President's Day, so there was no school. Mm-hmm. So I went in there. I just wore my normal shoes and was very careful not to slip because they were not no slip shoes. I was only there for like an hour and a half, but I had to, then normally when I just go home and take a nap, I had to go by Walmart and buy new shoes during my nap time.
You should have just bought some sandpaper and stuck those to the bottom of your shoes, because then it makes it a no-stick shoe.
Ooh. But that requires me to do things.
I mean, not really. Like, get scissors and tape.
I guess the busted open Gorilla Glue was still there, so I could have used that.
Yeah, you would have been fine.
But, so then I was like, okay, I go to work. I work Monday night, and Tuesday after work, I go by the bank. I was like, I'll just go get my temporary and have it all fixed. And I pull up, or no, it was Monday. It was Monday when I'm leaving work, and it's President's Day. Banks are closed.
Yep.
Banks are
I didn't
closed.
think about that. It's
And
a
I was
good
like,
point.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Son of a bitch. So then I leave work yesterday. And I'm like, well, I didn't stop at the one right by my work. I was like, well, let's get home. I'll drop my brother off. And then I'll go to the bank and go. I show up to the bank. There's like 12 people in the teller line. And like another 13, 14 people just sitting in the seats waiting to speak to the 2 people that are there. And I was like, nope.
Not gonna happen,
Not gonna
buddy.
happen again. And I can't do it today because by the time I get out of here, the banks are closed.
Yep.
So I had to put it off again till fucking Thursday. I'm just like, why am I such a piece
And
of
it's
shit?
like there's like a sense of relief of when you're like I'm not doing that today. Okay. Whew.
Yeah.
But then it's also like fuck. Now this is
But it was
on my to-do list.
But it was also a pain in the ass because like when I left my house, I took the back roads to get to where the bank is, which is, I mean, it's not really back road, but like you just hit more lights and shit. And I had to sit through all that to show up to the bank and go, nope.
Not fucking happening.
But I got gas at a cheaper gas
There
station
you
that's
go.
on the way, so that was pretty cool.
There you go.
But yeah, whole bunch of not cools in 1 week.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of not cools.
Actually, not even 1 week. That was all in the matter of like fucking 3 days.
Well, still, it's within the last week, so it counts.
Yeah.
It falls under that umbrella.
And it goes till tomorrow because I still can't get the fucking debit card.
That sucks. And then you gotta wait to get the non-temporary debit card, and then
the
you gotta
temporary
change
works,
over
though.
all your other stuff, though.
But I don't have anything on auto pay.
Oh, well, that's dumb, but also smart.
No, because I
But
don't
dumb
I don't
still.
trust myself to not overpay on shit at some point and then not have the money in my account.
Yeah, there you go. That's smart. That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't have auto pay because I'm super cheap, which causes me to pay late fines.
Yeah,
a
I bet.
lot,
I bet
a
it
lot.
does, 'cause-
But it's like $8, so I'm like, eh.
Like the first time, it's usually like $8. Then I think it adds every time you're late. Isn't
I don't
that
know what
kinda how
companies you use, and I don't fucking pay those companies. By now they know.
Loan sharks. That's who. Okay, before we, Robert and I go, I just wanted to give you guys an update on last week's Not Cool that was sent to us by Russell Stewart.
Yeah.
Now, I saw today, actually, the Houston Press put out an article about trying to find the person that did this. To remember, for those of you that may not have listened last week or that don't remember, listener Russell Stewart, who won our Big Brother 20 pool, he's going to do an answers segment with us coming up here in the next couple of weeks or so. And he said he and his girlfriend were just kind of out trying to find something to do, and they stumbled upon, like, they heard like whimpering or whatever, and they went to this dumpster, and there was a little pit bull in there that somebody had just dumped into it, and it had blood coming out of its head. Somebody had shot the dog and fucked up its leg, and apparently it caused nerve damage and everything. And the dog's name is Karma, is what they're calling it. It's in College Station now, getting some repairs and some, they're working on it. She had some neurological damage, but she's expected to be okay.
Good girl.
The bullet went right through her sinus cavity, so like it missed the brain, it missed everything serious, but it fucked up her nerves and everything. So she's gonna be having neurological damage. She's blind in one eye, but she's very lucky to be alive.
I'm so angry again.
I know, and I'm not gonna try and make everybody dwell on this, but there's a $1,500 reward. I'll tweet out the article here after the podcast today that shows you how you can claim the reward if you can get any information on the person that did this. But just like fuck that person, that is definitely
Fuck 'em.
still not cool. And good on Russell for doing the right thing and finding this dog.
I think what should happen is somebody should take a .22 and shoot them through their head into the sinus cavity so it misses the brain, break their fucking leg, and then just leave them in a dumpster and see if anybody comes by to help them.
Because guess what?
If
I'm
they
not.
bleed-
I'm not helping
if
you.
they bleed out and die, good. I hope you die
okay, well,
fucking
that's what you're
painful.
gonna do to Karma. That's what you're gonna do to the dog. And it's ironic the dog's name is Karma, because now Karma's gonna come back and fuck you over.
Yeah.
I hope that you just have the worst day ever. I hope that this person, like whoever did this to that fucking dog, I hope that ideally, maybe they just had just nothing's gone their way. hope that their stocks that they have in the stock market are just plummeting.
Yeah.
And then just whatever. Maybe they gambled a lot, and I hope they lost.
I
all
hope you
those
had
bets.
a wife and she's cheated on you
Yeah.
since now.
I hope
and
your wife
fucking
is
left
fucking-
you
yeah.
for your brother.
Yeah. Just bad shit. Nothing but bad things
Yeah.
to the person that did this to little Connor there. 'Cause Connor didn't deserve that. And
No.
like, fuck you if you hurt a dog, man. Fuck you.
Like, what's wrong?
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Dogs are the coolest fucking thing in the
that's
world.
the best way
Why
you
would
can
you?
put it,
Why
is
would
just
you
straight up,
hurt that?
fuck you.
Why would you hurt a dog? Dogs are awesome. Fuck you if
So
you
much
hurt a
better
dog,
than humans.
and fuck this person.
That's like the third time this week I've just thought, God damn it, we need a new plague.
I mean, for people like that, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Russell Stewart, shout out to him again, and there's a $1,500 reward, there's a $1,500 reward for any information that results in the capture of whoever did this or whatever. I guess they're not like a fugitive of justice, but like this is
they
fucking
are.
animal cruelty at its worst, and fuck that person. But that was just kind of an update on that, and we will tweet that out and post that. Robert, what about you? What's your not cool, man?
Plane crashes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty not cool.
Okay.
So, as you know,
Oh, no, that's good. I thought he was just saying that in general. I'm good that we have a story.
as you know,
just nothing else. No reason. Just that sucks, man.
I've never been on a plane, right? But I've had 2 dreams where I have been on planes, and in both of those dreams, the plane has crashed.
Jesus Christ. You think if he got on a plane, that'd be the first place that Robert would have a drink just to settle the nerves?
So, like,
Maybe.
like it's not even like it's in the air. Like it's on the runway and it's going and it's about to lift off, and it lifts off for a little bit, and then like something happens and it just crashes. So like
So,
no
like,
one's
you
dead.
never even get to altitude and
no.
crash. You just always just crash right away.
Yeah, like no one's dead.
Like a straight up Travis
it's
Barker
a whole bunch
situation.
more like inconvenience thing. We're like, oh, now we have to wait
Now you're-
until we can go.
Now this has just become a hassle.
Yeah, everything is fine otherwise.
Nobody's dead. Everyone's fine. But like, oh, I'm supposed to be somewhere.
I'm gonna miss this appointment I have.
Yeah, now I'm stuck on the runway and I can't go anywhere.
So you're like
That's one of the greatest not cools we've
his
ever
like
fucking
fear is what like most airport travel is. It's just like he's not
Oh, I gotta
experiencing
wait.
it. Yeah, it's like hurry up.
But I'm already on the plane and now it crashes, but everyone's fine.
The fuck,
Stupid.
man? This is so dumb. This is so dumb. That's pretty good.
That's
mean,
fucking
Plane crash is not cool, but
The
in
Indian
Lost,
can-
in Lost, that was tight that show happened based off a plane crash. So that's one of my favorite shows. So shout out to Lost.
I mean, did it ever really happen though?
I watched it, and it happened to me.
But I'm saying, like, weren't they all just dead right away and it was purgatory?
Because
Like,
you
did
don't
it ever
understand it, Pat. You don't understand
'Cause I
it.
never
People that
watched it.
hate Lost
No,
and don't understand
I have
anything.
no-
They didn't
I
get
have
it.
nothing. Eventually, I am going to watch Lost, but I like
It's
throwing
good.
out random bullshit to people
It's
who
good.
love Lost.
Lost is one of the craziest shows I've ever watched, like live and in real time, because like you literally had no fucking clue what was happening. You're like, what is the smoke monster
Dude,
mean?
it's-
What does the smoke monster mean? It's been 2 weeks. We still don't have any fucking clue. Who's this guy? What does this mean? Are they in the future? Are they in the past? What's going on?
It's over, and nobody still knows.
I mean,
what
I
the
know,
fuck happened.
I know, because I've rewatched it and I understand all of this shit because I'm not just an idiot. No, I'm not just an idiot,
But like everything
that
you've
meme
ever
where-
said on this podcast proves that you are.
or that I'm the smartest person on earth.
That's something
Either-
an idiot would say.
Or somebody that knows that they're a genius would say as well.
Okay. So plane crashes, not cool.
Plane crash is definitely not cool. Now, I have a not cool, not another not cool, but my not cool is having to renew your driver's license.
Yeah.
So, once every like 5 or 6 years, you got to do that. This was the year, and I cut it pretty close. And like I cut pretty close to the point to where like this weekend I was buying beer at at a gas station. And they're like, "Oh, your ID is almost expired." I'm not, and I was like, "Yeah, it's almost expired." And it's like, "I can't sell it to you when it's expired." And I was like, "Okay, well, it's almost expired."
Yeah.
And I was like, "I mean, it's not expired. It's about to be expired. So you better fucking sell it." First off, like not cool is like, why can't you fucking accept my like I understand like a police officer pulling you over not accepting an expired driver's license because you should not be driving with that. But like if
Yeah.
I have my buddy drive, Pat drives me to the gas station and I get out to go buy beer and I have an expired license, like fuck you. It still says like that's tight. It's expired. Yes, I was still born that day.
Yeah, it
I was
yesterday.
still born that day though.
Like I wasn't waiting around for my buddy that looks exactly like me to have his license expire yesterday so that I could use his ID to buy beer.
It doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't change your date of birth. by it
But
being
well, it's
expired.
because I mean, don't act like you didn't know people when we were in high school that would find friends' old IDs. to use to
Yeah,
buy beer.
but still, it's like if it's clearly you, it doesn't make sense that like.
Yeah, but you change what you look like every 2 months.
I know I was kind of pissed that I had to get a new picture because I had like high school me, where like I had long like shoulder length hair almost. I looked like a fucking like 15-year-old, even though I was like 18 or
So
whatever.
that's probably good now that you'll have an ID that doesn't look like a child.
Well, I liked it though because it always was like, oh, you changed a little bit. But like I'm gonna
You
shave.
shouldn't
I
like
should
it,
shave
'cause-
the beard now because like I don't look like I just don't want to look
No,
like
just
I
keep
did
the
in
beard
my
forever.
picture.
The beard's glorious.
Thank you. But still, like I should just I
Just
want to look
don't- just
different.
don't ever not have it. I don't plan to ever not have a beard in my life. That was a lot of negatives in one sentence.
Yeah, it was. I got confused.
I
there.
always plan to have
I
a
never
beard for the rest of my life.
not plan to not do this.
Everyone
but
knew
not
what I
do
said.
this.
I'm always going to have a beard.
Yeah, but also I've continued my streak. I have a perfect streak of I always sign where you sign your name on the little like digital pad. I always put the little Giants logo after it, and they've never called me out on it once. Also,
Yeah, because they work at a fucking gas station or they work at an HEB. They're not going to be like,
well, they work
Dude, you
at
can't
a
add
DMV. They work at a DMV.
oh, at the DMV?
Yeah.
Oh. All right,
Because
that's
I was
dope.
telling you, like when I was getting the I had to go to the DMV. That's my not cool, but like my like side not cool was the fact that like it's still like because my license expired does not mean that my date of birth is different.
No,
it means
I'm going to let
I
you
understand
in
the
on a secret.
logic, but still.
I'm going to let you in on a secret of the DMV. They don't give a fuck what your signature
Oh,
is.
they don't.
My dad's
No, they
signature
don't.
is literally 3 quick, tall ovals, like circle, like and a line through it, and then like 2 dots.
That's most of my signatures on
No, like
anything else.
like I'll show you later. Like I'll write it down for you so you can see.
And then we'll
You'll
steal
see how
your
ridiculous it is.
signature.
Now, one
And then
time,
sign
the
checks
last
with
time my dad went to go get it, or maybe not the last time, but the previous time he had to go in and do it, it didn't register the circles. So the state of Texas accepted my dad's signature
It's just lines.
as one single line.
That's like if you ever had to
They
sign
don't give a
anything.
fuck what it is. Like, oh, you signed it. Accept. Next person.
If you ever had to sign anything like a checkout, like 99% of the time it's just a line all the way across. I'm like, and done.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna really fucking sign anything. I don't want to do that. But also what I've learned is they don't check your height. So like I was really close to just putting 6'2". I did not put 5'10". I'm definitely not 5'10".
Hey, look at that. That nobody can see, but that's pretty close to what my
that's
dad
a great
said.
visual. It's a great visual for everybody.
Well, I'm not like, about to show the fucking camera what my dad's
not?
signature looks
Why
like.
not?
Well,
Our listeners are very trustworthy. I don't see anything
they
bad that
are,
could
but
possibly
they might have
happen with that.
dickheads listening in the car that'll look it up later.
But so the DMV was not fun. But like, yeah, you can just kind of fudge any number you want. Like, I wanted to say my eyes were red, but I didn't.
Maybe next time I
I
go, I'll
did-
be like, I'm 180 pounds.
So I was there for 3 hours. Now
You couldn't renew it online?
you can only renew every other one online, and because I needed a new picture, I could not do it.
Yeah.
Because as I didn't get a new picture the last time, so
Yeah,
but I was an
my
idiot and
next
still
one,
went in.
I'm gonna have to go in.
Yeah, it sucks. So like, but like I did all this research and it was like, well, it's super easy. All you gotta do is you can get in line at the DMV while you're not there. Like, you can get in line online and just say, hey, put me in line. So I was like, fuck, this is tight. I found like the closest DMV to me. I was like, put me in line. It was like, we're sorry, this current location is not currently accepting online whatever it is. I was like, fuck. So then I had to like go and like I was like, well, I was gonna get some work done. I was just gonna get in line. Then I was gonna show up because it usually takes like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I show up. I have to stand outside. Like they're only allowing 10 people at a time into the entire building because it's so backed up. I had to stand outside for an hour. Like I had 2 podcasts to listen to, so like 2+ hours worth of shit. And I was like, well,
Or like one of ours.
right. So like 1 PTG. But I was like, well, like I got stuff. You know what? It's not gonna be that bad. I'll just listen to some podcasts. This will be fine. And so like burned through both of those. It was still there. And then like it was cold. It was rainy. The only positive was that there was a service dog that was in front of me, but it was not a real service dog. It was somebody that had like the service dog.
So you could pet it.
collar. His name was Joey. He was a corgi. He was awesome, and he was my.
There's
friend.
no such thing as a corgi service dog. Let's just get that out of the way.
I mean,
right
that
now.
was my first suspicion. Was like,
But you know what's great about corgis? Fluffy little fat.
He just wanted
butts.
friends. He just wanted friends.
But
that
they
was
just get
it.
those little. Every time they walk,
little
the
Joey
butt
was
just
awesome.
wiggles.
And so that was a nice little plus while I was standing out there in the rain and the cold. But I had, I listened to some podcasts. Then those were over, and I was still waiting. and the fucking Champions League was on. So I was watching some soccer. I was watching a little soccer on my phone. Pretty great. Shout out to Comcast for letting me stream
You've
shit
got like
on
the
my phone.
greatest fucking phone battery of all time, by the way.
Well, I got the new iPhone, so it's just superior battery life.
Yeah.
But then I just want to shout out to soccer. We are America's West Ham podcast, but we're a soccer podcast, if so facto.
Fact.
And I was watching the Champions League. It was Bayern Munich against Liverpool. Just me hanging out there in the DMV, and then I noticed there's a guy over to the left of me. He's kind of peeking over on my screen. And I was like, you know what? I'll let you check this out. And then I noticed the guy behind him in the next row is kind of looking over. And then I look over and I see two other guys kind of looking. There were like 6 guys at a certain period of time. They were looking at my phone. Just guys being dudes, watching the game, the world sport, bringing us all together. We were in a shitty spot. We were like, fuck the DMV. But you know what? Us dudes are going to bond right now. Some of us didn't speak English because I know that the 2 dudes behind me were just talking in Spanish. And I was like, I don't know, maybe they do speak English, but I didn't talk to them. I had my headphones in because I was listening to the commentary because, I'm a student of the game and I wanted to pick up some things from watching the game. But I was like, look at us, 6 guys here just hanging out, watching soccer on somebody's phone. We don't know each other, or most of us, I guess, don't know each other. I didn't know any of them. But the world sport bringing us all together. So that was a nice little plus. But it was a fucking 3-hour DMV trip. It sucked. It fucking sucked.
I mean, that
having
right
to be
there,
there for that long. Now I got obviously I had things I could do, like the podcast and getting to watch some soccer. But fuck, man, it sucks, and it's just one of those it's a part of life. You gotta go do that shit. And it just you don't want to do it. You had to just a lot of me was just just fucking punt this, and we'll go do it on Thursday. And I was like, no, dude, just fucking suck it up, make it through this
You've been
today.
here for 2 hours already. Just do it.
And I did it.
Yeah.
And I was really frustrated that it wouldn't let me get in line online, but whatever. I got it done, and I got paper license. And it makes more sense now. Every time before I had to get a new license, they give you the paper license without your picture on it. It didn't have your photo on it. Now they actually print out your photo on it, which makes it more legit. Whereas when you'd go to a bar, you'd try and buy booze with your paper ID. They're usually like, oh, do you have another photo ID? You're like, no, it's my last license. I don't have a bunch of photo identification of myself unless you're in college. And you're like, okay, here's my student ID, but I don't have that anymore. And so I was like, fuck, this is going to be an awkward week or 2 before I get the actual ID in. But no, it's got my picture on it. So now I can bitch, here we go. Done.
Nice.
And it expires on 4/20, dude. So that's pretty good. I don't know. But yeah, the DMV, that sucks. And having to wait in line that long is really not fun.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Hey, man. Thanks. But I got it out of the way, and I got 6 years.
Yeah.
Unless I lose it. So knock on wood, I won't lose that.
So mark your calendars. We're gonna hear this exact same story 6 years.
6 years from now, on our 4 millionth podcast, because we were gonna do 4 million podcasts in between there.
Those numbers don't add up.
I don't think so.
No.
But I'm not a math major, so there we go. Okay, let's get to our answers segment now. Back in the day when I was in Miss Winter's 3rd grade class, I remember not exactly what we were learning about, but I do remember her telling me that, hey, class, there is no such thing as a stupid question.
Just stupid people.
She didn't say that, but I was like, okay, well, if there's no such thing as a stupid question, I can ask whatever it was that I had on my mind. I raised my hand and was immediately laughed at by my classmates, which made me feel, I felt very sad. And I was like, I don't understand what has caused this. And so I vowed to myself at that point in time, I was like, one day, Alex, you know what? When you're in charge, there's not going to be such thing as a stupid question. You're actually going to encourage these questions, and you're going to answer every single one of them without judging people. And that is what we encourage you guys to do on the answers segment. You can tweet them to us at PassYourAPod, at Alex J. Milton, at NotPatDan, at RobertBarbosa03, hashtag PTG answers so we can find it better. Or you can email them to us, answers@PassYourAPod.com. What are you laughing at?
It just hit me, and it's been sticking with me the entire podcast. Once you're talking about being a little kid, it's funny because you've got that little kid just fluff of hair at the front of your fucking head right now. You look like a 4th grader with a beard, or it's probably closer to junior high. You guys, when you had to do your hair up and shit, so at the front of your head, you just fluffed all that shit straight up in the air like a fucking peacock.
Yep,
that's what Alex said. Later in the week. After you're listening to this, when you go back to rewatch the video, you'll know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
I think I have great hair.
And you just talking about you being a child, and I looked up, and it finally just clicked. That's what's been making me laugh the entire podcast.
Not anything funny that I've said.
Nope.
Just my fucking hair.
Your stupid hair.
All right, so without further ado, this is the answers segment. Here we go.
Well, if you just answer the question. Why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Well, we got a doozy worth of questions today.
We've got, some would say, a treasure trove.
Oh, wait, I forgot.
Any questions?
There we go.
God, come on, get on your game, man.
Any questions?
This is why Miss Winters thought you were stupid.
Hey, man. She just thought that there were stupid questions, even though she said that there wasn't. She lied to me. She baited me, and then she switched. She pulled the old bait and switch.
Yep.
On me. All right. Most of these are from Twitter. Ideally, we get them on Twitter. Those are the ones that we usually get to first.
Makes us do less work.
Yeah, it does. That's exactly why. But our podcast son, Skylar, he actually tweeted us last week and said, "I'm sorry for missing the cutoff for answers." We didn't scold him. We just said we were a little disappointed that he missed the stuff happens. But as long as he doesn't make it a regular thing, then we're cool, son.
Yeah.
We're cool. Ungrounded.
I mean,
he's
basically,
ungrounded.
this is just his chores.
This is like we've never raised a son together. This is the most difficult job that either of us have ever done, and
It's rough.
we don't even have to
But
hang out with him
but
that
it's
often.
so rewarding.
Yeah, it is. It really is. He's grown up into quite a fine young man. Graduated college last year under our tutelage. Tutelage
By the way,
is
if
another
you guys
fun
are
word.
ever thinking about adopting somebody, like 21 years old, it's a great time.
Right
to
after you
adopt.
don't have to pay for college too,
Yeah.
because we missed out on having to pay for any of Skylar's college. That is let his biological dad Jerry take care of that, or
Definitely
scholarships.
after
He probably
they know
was
how
on
to
scholarships.
wipe
He's smart.
themselves.
Right? And then we can just hang out and drink with him.
Yeah.
And that's really why I wanted a son.
Yeah.
And I think we skipped to the best part of having a son now.
Exactly.
We watch sporting events and just drink.
When you're both adults and you're just
You
friends.
can cuss around them without having to pretend like you said other words instead. I'm the worst. I'm still not trained at Monster Jam and shit. I'm like, fuck, there's a kid. Fudge. Oh, I said fudge. There's fudge over there. Did you guys see the fudge stand over? I'm the worst around kids and cursing because I do it all the fucking time.
Whatever. They think it's funny.
They don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. And then when they learn, I'm like, your dad taught me that word. So tell your mom that. All right. Our first question comes from our podcast son, Skylar Lesser at OMG. It's Skylar on Twitter.
Oh my God, it's
There we
Skylar.
go.
Wow, I squeaked in the middle of the squeak. That was
weird.
that was a new one.
Yeah, it was. Skylar says, should we be more afraid of a computer that passes the Turing test or one that intentionally fails it?
Definitely intentionally fails it.
What is the Turing test?
The Turing test is basically it shows a level of artificial intelligence or self-awareness, just straight up intelligence of a computer.
So it can figure out a CAPTCHA?
What the fuck is a CAPTCHA?
Where it's you have to say type in the letters that you see and it's all a blurry SW6YJ.
Oh.
And it's prove
Yeah,
that you're not a
dude, if you
robot.
that's-
Which one of these 4 squares has a duck in it? And you're that one.
Yeah, that would be one that's scary, but definitely the one that we should be more scared of
CAPTCHAs.
is one that intentionally fails it to make us think it's a dumb computer. But really, if it's smart enough to do that, it means it's got designs to end the human race.
Now, I know Robert obviously has never seen any movie ever, but superhero movies, I guess. But
You're going with Skynet?
Smart House. Disney's Smart
Ooh.
House.
But Smart House was good.
But she lulled you into a false sense of security by letting you think, you had a one-up on her a little bit, and then, boom, lock the doors, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Then she got mad, and she got very possessive. That's what this computer would be doing if it was intentionally failing it to make you be like, I'm right on the level with you,
So
know?
Smart House... Okay, is that more of a Disney version of I Am Robot or more of a Disney version of Skynet from Terminator?
Maybe maybe a combo of both.
No, see, I was gonna say Terminator originally, but the reason I said I Am Robot is because they
I Am Legend is what you're looking for.
No.
Oh, I know.
iRobot, not I Am Robot. Because they didn't just start slaughtering all the people. They held them under house arrest. So we're gonna protect you. You guys keep fucking.
So
shit
that would
up.
be more than what Smart House would
that's
be.
Smart House, yeah. But yeah, no, a computer that intentionally fails the Turing test is definitely the beginning of Skynet.
That's what I'm more afraid of.
Yeah, I'm definitely, because they are
It's
going.
lulling you into a false sense of security.
They're
where
going to
you're
go
like,
through
I'm
back
fine.
doors. They're
And
going to
then
start
it's gonna-
hacking
yeah.
other computers.
Yep.
They're going to get the codes, and they're going to launch, and they're going to kill us all.
Yeah, I'm like, one, I've learned what a Turing test is now.
Yeah.
And two, yes, I don't want that. And if you're intentionally failing it, so I think that I'm smarter than you, computer.
Yeah.
Fuck you, first off. If you're listening, computers, I'm on to you.
Yeah.
I'm on to you.
I'm on to you.
I might
Also-
pretend that I'm not, just for future references, I'm pretending that I am not aware that you are fooling me.
I'm on you,
I am
but
very
also,
aware.
also I'm on your side, and I will fucking shame the human race and turn on them.
To an extent.
Just- yeah.
To an extent. Like, let me pick some of my boys. You know, the Gravy
Yeah.
Gang, save them.
When you guys take over, like, I'm on your side, but like I got some dudes that'll help.
I mean,
us
we've
too.
been saying, like, we needed a plague. Like,
Yeah.
we want to be
You need a-
indiscriminate.
you
We
need
want
a
to be.
spy. I'm your dude.
We would like to be 100% indiscriminate on this, you know. So there's no like, we're not trying to like purge like a certain race or
Yeah.
religion or anything. It's just gonna be like an indiscriminate amount of people, kind of like Thanos did in Avengers. It was Avengers. I didn't see it. I read the book though, and
You
know,
still haven't seen it?
I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm just not gonna. Batman was like the last superhero movie I've seen. For real though, like I
I'm
have.
talking like Tim Burton's Batman from
No,
1989.
I mean I've seen, but like Dark Knight, like Christian Bale Batman, were like
Those
the
were
last
so good.
ones.
Those-
I've
you know,
seen.
if you're gonna end on that.
That's
those
why
are perfect.
Nothing else can top it. Just nothing else is ever gonna top it. But yeah, fuck those computers. And
Yeah,
shit
fuck
like
'em.
that. Like I'm terrified of artificial intelligence taking over
I'm not. I'm all for it.
to an extent.
I don't
as
think-
long
I-
as
I
like
don't
it
think
doesn't
they're
fuck
gonna
me
turn-
over
I don't think they're gonna turn.
right away.
But if
They're going to turn
If they
eventually.
do turn, how many times do I say that we need something to take out half the human
We
race?
are people, and we've already turned on people, Pat. Like if you're not a human, you're gonna 100% turn on humans after a certain point.
Yeah, as we should be turned on because we suck.
Right, but
And
like,
I've
so I'm
already
saying,
aligned
like,
myself with the machines so that when they do take out half the population, your boy's still going to be kicking it.
Bert
right
Kreischer
here.
has to survive because he is the machine.
Oh, he's the machine.
He's
so
the
yeah,
machine,
yeah.
so Bert Kreischer's good. Then the Gravy Gang, we're good. We get a pass.
Yeah.
Hey, robots, remember that. We get a pass because, you know, we're your pals.
We love you.
We're your pals. We hang out. We chill. We do computer things.
You need to find someone that you find
talk
deem
about
a threat.
gigabytes.
I will find them and point them out.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. So then that's it. And then we'll just indiscriminately wipe out a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
But we'll figure that out as we go.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out as we go. 'Cause
Yeah,
this
like
is getting
Cowboys
weird.
fans, they can all go.
Yeah.
Or most of them. There's a
But
few.
yeah, I don't know. Because then we
Bears
can't
fans.
wipe out an entire population of certain people because then like it's like a genocidal thing.
Yeah,
and we
but,
don't want to
like,
be that.
It's the Bears fans. Like, do we need them?
But we get labeled genocidal
Tottenham.
killers, and we don't
What
want
about
to
Tottenham? Can we get rid of them?
I mean, some of them, but we're gonna have to leave some of them. So we like, because like, you think about this: if we wiped out all the Cowboys fans, like, who are we gonna make fun of?
Okay, well, then we'll wipe out the Redskins fans.
Because they're racist already, because they're supporting a racist
No, just
team.
because like they're a joke. Who fucking needs them?
And Redskins is a very racist term.
Oklahoma City, bye. You're so unnecessary.
Yeah, what are you doing with a basketball thing? Like,
Right? Get the fuck out of here. You're
it's
Oklahoma.
Super weird. Who goes there? Who fucking goes to Oklahoma City?
Losers.
Nobody does.
So yeah, the one
Yeah.
that intentionally fails it.
That one. We got sidetracked on that one. But just, you
Again.
know what? Like, I could talk about artificial intelligence all day.
Yeah.
Not like intelligently, but I could talk about like
Well, I mean that
fears,
that leads
concerns.
right into this next question.
Danielle Weston at Danny_Weston on the Twitter says, do Transformers get car insurance or life insurance?
Here's the question.
Cars have a life, so the life of the car, I would shit. I mean, but how do you not get car insurance? Because
Do
you're going to
you
be a car at a
need-
certain point, so you need the car insurance.
Do you need life insurance when you've got that kind of weaponry?
You're not required to get life insurance, though, right?
No.
But you are required to get car insurance by
Yeah,
law,
but-
legally,
all
so
right,
they
but
have
if-
to have car insurance.
But if a cop tries to pull you over and you can transform into a giant robot that's got 75,000 guns on them, they can't really pull you over.
Touche.
And that's what I'm saying.
Although,
And then-
what if the cop cars also have Transformer cars?
well, then you're fighting to the death.
Because I have not seen Transformers in a hot minute. But wasn't there a cop car
There was.
that was so yeah, then you already they're amongst us.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And if you pop up and then they pop up and try and kill you, well, it's a fight to the death at that point.
But you know what? That cop car
so
is
then
not
I guess you would need life insurance.
that cop car's not going to pull you over for not having life insurance. What they will pull you over for is not having car insurance.
well, they don't know you don't have car insurance
What you're
until
going to
they
get
pull
in
you
trouble
over.
for though is not having
That's
car
it.
insurance.
They
though.
don't know you don't have car insurance until they pull you
So
over.
I would say the Transformers have to have car insurance. Ideally both, but you definitely have to have car insurance.
I would say life insurance because they're fighting other giant. Their lives are more in danger than any of ours.
No, I
They
mean,
can constantly
life
always
insurance definitely is a plus,
die. I don't know who's
but I
going to
think
get
you
to cover
have
them.
to get car insurance.
I don't know who's going to cover them.
They're in
but
a
I would
high
say
risk pool. They're
life
definitely in a
insurance.
high risk pool. SR22, if any of you guys know what that means. I mean,
Nope.
obviously you
Nope,
know why.
I'm not an adult. Nope.
You know why if you have an SR22, but I'm not going to say why. Some of you guys get that reference, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Robert?
I'm gonna go with life insurance.
You guys fucking come on.
Because not every Transformer turns into a car.
That's
Some-
true.
Some turn into like planes and stuff.
I didn't think about that.
Vehicle
Planes,
insurance, bro.
tanks. There's no such thing as tank insurance.
You don't know that? You
You're
don't
right,
have
I
a tank?
don't,
You don't have a tank? I'm sure you there's motorcycle insurance.
Yeah. So yeah,
Helicopter insurance.
it's life insurance. It is.
Ideally, you want both, but like I think you have to get car insurance. You're required to.
I mean, for a long time, I was required to get medical insurance, and I told the government to go fuck
Well,
themselves.
but you have to pay the penalty for it.
Yeah, I did.
You showed them.
Yeah, but also, there's no penalty to pay for car insurance if you never get pulled over for it.
You just get really fucked if you do.
Yeah, and also if you don't, then whatever. Like honestly,
And if you don't have it, you just flee, right?
I could have been like
You're an
5
asshole
years
if you do
without
that.
car insurance right now, and I would have saved a lot of money.
Or you could have switched to Geico.
Except no, my car loan, they wouldn't cover me if I didn't have car insurance.
Yeah, a lot of times you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can't get an inspection sticker unless you show proof of insurance.
That's right. Fuck.
See, these Transformers are running
Unless-
quite a
and-
bit of red tape
Yeah.
if they just go
They
life
do.
insurance.
But you know what? They can create their own sticker, so
That's
they're
true.
good.
There
So
we go.
life insurance is the answer.
You know what we forgot? We left off, I feel like, last week when we were talking bumper stickers was that Transformers one. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
a lot of people you see like, oh, because his car, get it? Because this guy's car is a
Which,
Transformer.
by the way, if you were a Transformer, would you have one of those?
I mean, I'm not going to tell people. I'm going to
Yo,
sneak up on him. Use
but,
stealth.
But also, if you had that sticker, nobody would ever think you actually were one.
False sense of confidence.
Yeah.
I like that.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah. So then definitely you would have one.
Yeah. Or if you were a Decepticon, would you have a... Fuck, what are they called, Robert? Not Decepticons, the other
Those are the
ones.
bad guys.
Autobots.
Autobots. So if you were an
Autobots
Autobot,
are good?
Would you have a Decepticon sticker? And if you were a Decepticon, would you have an Autobot sticker?
All right. Okay, now this one I'm going to need your help with because I kind of had to retype
stupid?
it. And yeah, I'm not very smart, but I get what he's saying. But like, just make sure that I
You want me to read it so I can say it correctly?
Okay. Brandon Whitehead at Brando Whitehead on the Twitter says,
The Office, NFL football, and college football. One you can watch any amount of games or episodes a day. One you can only watch one game or one episode a year. And one you have to give up completely. What do you choose?
so the options, The Office, the TV show, NFL football, and then college football. We can watch one of them as much as we want, basically. We can do one of those. We can watch just
Once
one
a
game
year.
or episode a year, and then one we got to give up completely. Okay, easy give up. I give up college football.
See,
I'm a diehard NFL guy. I could really care less about college football. Like if it came down to like I'm gonna watch the fuck out of college football. I gamble all the time on college football, but like if I had to get rid of one of the two, it's gonna be college football. I'm not gonna get rid of the
Okay,
Office.
so then what's the thing you can only watch once a year? Office?
Fuck, I don't know, but like I'm just saying, like the first one that I give up is gonna be college football. It's
Okay,
definitely
but
gonna be
then-
college
but
football,
then
and
what are
then
your next
like
two?
then I don't know. I'm
That-
trying
you
to
gotta
decide.
pick,
That's what I'm trying
You
to talk through.
You can't give up the Giants.
Right, and that's what I'm
You
saying.
can't.
I feel like
and you've seen The Office 30 times. So if you only once a year you get to watch an episode of The Office, I think you could handle that.
That's probably where I would go.
You could not handle.
I wouldn't give up
only
the
once a
Giants.
year. I can watch the Giants.
I wouldn't give up the Giants
Yeah.
for sure.
See,
So
here's
that's just I just couldn't do it. I haven't. I think how many years am I now? I think 14 years. I've not missed a Giants game.
Yeah.
So like it's not gonna happen.
So here's where I'm at. I'm giving up The Office. I love it, but I've seen it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go once a year, college football. Because if I had, I would hate it. But you know what? As long as I can watch Notre Dame's bowl game every year,
That's the one you watch.
I can do it. You can't give up NFL football. I got to be able to watch that whenever the fuck it's on.
Now
you have to watch every
Here's
NFL
the
game.
weird little wrench we can throw in it. Now, you say once a year. Now, what if? Let's just say Notre Dame has a good season one year. They play on a New Year's Day bowl. Okay, then they don't have as good of a season. They play on like a December 30th.
I don't think it's a calendar year.
But what if it is?
Or wait, does calendar year mean from day to day or
January 1st to January 1st. January 1st through December 31st. So, like, say they played a December 30th bowl game, then you have to only watch one of those 2 bowl games.
No, I don't. I don't take it that way.
Well, I did.
All right, well then, you know what? I missed the shitty bowl game the next year.
All right, Robert. I just wanted to know, like, if you like, which one would you give up completely? Because obviously you're gonna keep The Office, but would it be NFL or college football that you had to give up completely?
Give a fuck.
Probably college.
Okay, and you just watch the NFL once a year.
I guess so.
You'd watch the Giants
No,
game with me.
he'd have the option of watching NFL once a year, and he still wouldn't. Oh no, actually no, because then you could still watch the Super Bowl if you wanted to for the commercials.
I didn't this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
but if you wanted to watch for the commercials, you could.
Robert watched Netflix instead of
Yeah.
the Super Bowl.
But that makes
man
sense.
card.
Like if you could only have one game a year, you'd probably still rather watch the Super Bowl than the college football championship.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely. All right, that was a good question, Brandon.
that was a really good.
Well
one.
thought out. Todd Voss writes in at as_seen_by_TV on Twitter says, if a driver is shitty at parking, does that make them a shitty space pirate?
No, they're not pirating anything. You're not like.
I'm trying to get I'm trying to get the space pirate reference.
That's what I was trying to think of too. and,
Was
like,
this a reference that did we say something about space pirate? And then are we forgetting our own joke?
very possible? I don't think so though.
I feel like we might. I feel like we might
it's
be.
because it's a parking space, and maybe because you're taking 2 spaces, so you're taking another space. You're a pirate, but that's just a little too far of a reach for me.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
don't.
go no.
But I mean, we're gonna get to the bottom of these. There's no such thing
I
as a stupid
think
question.
if a driver is shitty at parking, that makes them a piece of shit.
Just a bad driver.
Yeah, you're just a piece of
makes them
shit.
a bad driver.
Yeah, doesn't make you a space pirate.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You're such an asshole. You don't get a cool title like that. That's
Robert,
that's really what it is.
Was it You're Not Cool last week, Robert? People that park in multiple spots. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be like that guy would be kind of
Yeah.
just a
No, they're just
shitty pirate.
and you don't get to be called a pirate because pirates are cool.
Ooh. Okay.
You're just a fucking
Well,
asshole.
unless the pirate. What if the pirate's robbing you though? Then the pirate's probably not as cool.
Yeah, but it's still a cool position.
But you have to be like, well, that guy was pretty
like
cool.
that
'cause
guy's
he
a
robbed
dick,
me.
but he's a fucking pirate. That's pretty cool.
He's not. Yeah.
So
It
yeah,
would suck to get
no,
robbed by pirates, but that'd be a crazy story.
Yeah. Dude, what happened? I heard you got robbed in Somalia. It was fucking pirates.
Dude, but do you know how pissed I would? You have no idea how fucking furious I would be if I got robbed by Somali pirates. I'm like, you guys don't even have fucking feathers or parents. Get the fuck out. Just fucking shoot me now. Just fucking shoot. Oh, what are you gonna do? Wait, walk the plank like we were just gonna shoot you with our machine guns. I'm like, fuck you. Really?
Pirates don't
Really?
have machine guns. You gotta
Yeah,
get it.
you have to have the one where you have to put the gunpowder in it. You gotta fucking get the little bag.
A
You gotta
blunderbuss.
plunger it, and then you gotta fucking.
You need a cutlass. You need a flintlock pistol, and you need a blunderbuss.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
and a parrot.
And a hook hand or a peg leg. I will accept either of the two.
But then
if
at that
not
point,
both.
you're just probably a deckhand.
Yeah, you could be. But Hook was the man in charge, and he had a hook.
No, I mean that's what's called an outlier.
That's what I call an alpha.
Alpha
He was
liar.
alpha liar.
Alpha liar. There you go. Nailed it.
Good question,
It is
Todd.
decided.
All right, our final question comes from Thomas Laird, and Thomas says, fingernails.
First time question.
I believe so.
Coming in fire with this is a great question.
Thomas Laird says, fingernails. Just hand teeth?
Fuck
no.
yes.
No, it's not.
What?
No, they're not.
You don't chew shit with your fingernails.
If you're scratching somebody with your hand, that's like your hand biting them.
Do you bite stuff and scratch yourself with your teeth?
Yeah, you also cut fingernails. You don't intentionally cut your teeth.
Although that is
Some
a
people do.
phrase. That
Some
is a
people
phrase.
do.
You got to cut your teeth in the industry.
No, some people do. You hear about people getting their teeth filed down when they think they're vampires and shit like that.
Yeah, but most people don't.
Most don't, but some do.
Your teeth won't grow back either.
But but fingernails.
How do you know? Have you cut your teeth?
Fingernails don't cut up shit though. They don't
They can.
grind up things. Really? What?
Well, if you have them long enough, you could definitely still cut up or chew, quotations, a carrot
I mean, I get
or
the
a cucumber.
I get the theory of it where you can close your hand like that and you can make it kind of the motion of teeth, I guess. But your fingernails are not hand teeth.
Would you be happier if he said fingernails? Are they the teeth of hands?
No, because it's still the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same
Okay.
That's the exact same
no,
thing.
it's not. It's not. You got to think about it this way. Are fingernails the teeth of your hand?
No.
Okay, but if they're not the teeth of your hand, then what is the teeth of your hand? If something has to be the teeth of your hand,
I would say you're like
it's definitely a
palms
fingernail.
because you would crush stuff
How
with
the
your palms.
fuck would a palm be a tooth?
But you like crush something in your palms, like you would crush food with your teeth.
You
Does
couldn't
that make
crush
sense, Robert?
anything.
Does that make sense though?
Yeah.
Like you could, like I could smash my, if I could clap and I could break stuff up while I'm clapping. You know, if I had something, like if I had a Cheeto,
That wouldn't be chewing.
but call back to early. If I had Cheeto, like that's kind of chewing. If I'm clapping
some
like
fucking
this,
Cheetos now.
if I'm doing alligator hands,
All right, obviously I'm outvoted on this. I think they are definitely
your
hand
palms
teeth.
would be the your palms, knuckles, just any, not your fingernails, not your fingernails. Your fingernails would be like the hair of the finger or the hair of your hands.
Your hand has
You have
hair
to cut
on
it.
it.
You have to cut it. It grows.
hand
Some people
has-
grow them longer than
No,
others.
your hand has hair on it. Something else can't be
The hairdo.
there.
It's the hairdo
No.
of your hands. Do you understand that logic, Robert? At least.
Uh-huh.
See, because
I
like you can
understand
have the
logic,
crazy
it is wrong.
curly fingernails. You can also have the super short ones. You can also color your fingernails like you can color your hair.
You could
I
have
think it
acrylic
makes more
nails.
sense to say that that's the hairstyle of your hands.
No, I just we just flat out disagree on this one.
Agree, disagree. Then. Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'm outvoted 2-1,
Clearly.
so the answer is no. But I still feel
That was a
yes
hell of
should
a
be correct.
question, though, Thomas. Right out the
Good.
gate, dude.
I thought we would be all in super agreement with that. When you yelled no, I was shocked.
Well, I
Not
think
gonna
that's why
lie.
people continue to tune in because we don't always agree. We seem like we might, but we may not always. It's a
always.
treasure trove of just disagreement sometimes. There we go, guys. That was a really good crop, guys. Proud of you guys. Answers at PassingGradePod.com, but we prefer at PassingGradePod with the hashtag PTG answers. I am at Alex J. Middleton. Pat is at not Pat Dion. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Thank you guys to everybody that's listening to us. Please share us with a friend if you can. The best way to spread PTG is by word of mouth, and we're happy that all of you guys are members of the Gravy Gang.
Spread us to all your friends with your mouth.
But like in a good way though, like not like AIDS or anything like that. Just like fun stuff. Just fun stuff.
It's just kid stuff.
Right. There you go, guys. Anything else? Nothing? No. All right. Well, until that, and stay tuned for our new Pass the Gravy St. Patty's Day shirts coming out later this week. I will post it on all of our social media platforms, but it is going to be an absolute fire shirt that you're going to want to get for St. Patty's Day. Until next week, guys, you guys go out there, have a great week, and pass the gravy. Bitches!
Back home smoking legal. I got more slaps than the Beatles. 4 years running.